I mean the other factor for other factors responsible for terrorism are the prosecution, the justice delayed. Actually, you see that I mean these matters are pending for decades, or in sometimes even for number of years together.
Yes, yes.
There is very less, you can say very minimal prosecution. And another thing is the corruption. Corruption has also a very I mean strong linkage with the terrorism.
Yes.
Apart from this one, and in the recent past, this religious fanaticism has increased like anything. And this is basically because of the intolerance towards other religion, community, or creed.
Thank you, Mr. Joshi.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, young man Neil, what you have to say?
So basically, I'd like to summarize the points we made. Religion, racial differences, fanaticism, intolerance. The judiciary system in India is very poor, I believe. It's very inefficient. We have to totally sort that out. Corruption levels. A trend shows that corruption levels and terrorism correlate. So if a country has higher corruption, there's a high chance that it has more terrorism. Also, the politicians in India, I think no doubt about it. We believe that most of the politicians in high positions are very corrupt. They only think about themselves first instead of the country. So we have to make the right choices in terms of who we're selecting as our next leaders in the country. US is a great example of terrorism right now, obviously because of racial differences. The black and white intolerance is still prevailing in the country. So it's not only in India; it's all over the world, but in different extremes and in different variations, forms. Yes.
Yes, Mr. Venkatesh.
Yeah.
What do you think is the solution? What we
Yeah.
should do? Now, we don't have to imagine what the government should do. We don't have to say what religions should do, because that is not going to work. I would suggest we should put our thoughts what we should do, what you as a citizen would like to do. And if we focus our thoughts on simple steps, then maybe one day the whole thing will be propagated enough.
Thanks. So before I start with what as a citizen I should be doing, I just have a few suggestions. As far as the terrorism is concerned, it is a global phenomenon, and it's important that countries across the globe come together to counter terrorism as a unit. That is very important. If you see yesterday's meeting Narendra Modi with the Chinese premier, one of the top agenda was to how to counter terrorism. This has to happen across the globe, not only between two countries but across continents, because terrorism is really rupturing the entire world ecosystem. Coming specifically as a citizen, what I should be doing, obviously in India, poverty, lack of education seems to be the biggest challenge. As a citizen, I would do a lot of philanthropic and charity activities in terms of contributing to educational institutions. I would probably like to set up an educational institution a few years down the line to make sure that underprivileged children are given the due, they get the due rights, they do get their basic literacy levels up. And I would make sure that the country is, there is no discrimination on basis of religion or caste. That seems to be one of the root causes, and that is something which comes through education. So these are 2-3 simple steps I would do.
Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh. Thank you very much. Yes, Kanchan, what you would like to do?
Thank you, sir. My view is in this point is like that I'm thinking ki as a personal level, like as a citizen, like nowadays each and every are very much technical savvy. We all are using the technology as very oftenly we are using mobile, computers. We are totally dependent on all that things. So my view is that this this technology is also play a major role, because this terror is taking the help of this technology for committing their crimes, for doing their attacks because of our negligence, because we are not that much using the security for our technology. We are not that much aware about the technology. We are just seeing the one coin side, and we are we are just seeing the bright side of all the technologies, but we are not aware about how to protect that things, our technology, how to protect our emails, our calls, or whatever, like on the Facebook, the social medias we are using, how to protect that. Because if you people remember like the last American attack 26/11, in that the terrorists used the emails for their communication. They use the Webdings font for the communication. So we can realize afterwards कि behind the Mona Lisa image, they use the messages for their communication. So we have to be very much like we are taking the precautions to secure our technology, whatever we are using. So this way, as a personal level, each and everybody can, at least for the some extent, we can avoid the terrorism.
Thank you, Kanchan. You have given a new angle. You feel that technology should not only be the terror for the terrorists. It should not be only for progress, but it should also be for protection. Thank you. Now, Mr. Joshi, what you like to say?
Sir, my emphasis would be on the progress of the infrastructural facilities. Because as has already been unanimously agreed that the root cause is lack of education, that is illiteracy, and unemployment is also to a very extent, unemployment is also a very big factor for terrorism. So if the infrastructural facilities like educational institutes, roads, and small scale industries, small scale industries are established, and the people are encouraged and rehabilitated, I believe the result may not be yielded in a very small time, but down the years, maybe 5 to 10 years time, this problem can be eradicated.
Thank you, Mr. Joshi. Now, Neil, young man, what you have to offer?
So I like 2 points to finish off this discussion. Is that first of all, India in general, or countries in general that suffer from high terrorism, they should invest more in intelligence, and also they should change their systems of law to make it more efficient, more effective in the long run, sustainable change. Also, and the people of the country, the young citizens, should be more aware, and they should have, like, for example, many countries like South Korea and Iran and etc. They have programs for people from the age of 18 to 20, where they have to join the army for certain years. So they basically prepare the country for the future, and so I suggest that.
Okay, friends, now we have limitation of time. Thank you, Kanchan, for coming. Thank you very much, gentlemen. So maybe some other time we'll discuss another subject. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Today, the subject of our discussion is Mr. Vishwanath will say.
Is education system in India?
No, if you will speak, 1 minute, cut it off. Friends, today we are discussing education system. Education system needs a relook. Education system needs a change. We have all been feeling that education system has not changed in the 67 years or years as it should have changed. So I have with me Mr. Vishwanath, then I have Mr. Ajay Prabhu, I have Miss Priyadarshini, and Mr. Om Prakash Biani. So they are all experts in their own fields, but they are also concerned with education. So here they have come fully prepared to talk to us about education, what we should do, what the government should do, what the other people can do. Yes. To start, I will request Mr. Biani. So if you could give your views.
education is a constitutional right which has been given in India to all the people in the country, all the people. And this right, basically, even though given by the constitution, is the opportunities for education are not available to everyone. This is because in the education system which our country is following, there are number of issues which come up as an obstacles in the process of delivering it to the recipient, that is the students of the country, because of the inequality in the gender. There is inequality in the concentration of economic power, and the cost of the education is also an issue. The infrastructure of the education for the educations is another factor, and the infrastructure which is developed has not developed as per the demand and supply of the requirements of the students, and the education system has further actually developed in a lopsided manner, where the employment and the professionals or the knowledgeable people which gets generated are not in the synchrony with the employment available in the economy. So these are the very important aspects by which, though there is a system of education in the country, but it is not as effectively and efficiently available as it should be.
Thank you, Mr. Vianney. Now, I request Ms. Priyadarshini, what you have to say.
Well, I'm very appreciative with the present education system, because the Indian education system, it has been evolving and it is still evolving. We started with something, like 7+3 type of education system, to where now presently we have reached to 10+2 plus 3+2 for even the post-graduation, as we reach the post-graduation. So I feel there is a progress. There is also change in the thought process of the system, wherein earlier you had rigid systems like the science, commerce and arts, but now looking at adopting the European and the American style of education, we do have developed even the buffet system, where an arts person can still choose a science subject and take ahead. Apart from that, regarding the exams, yes, I do have to say comment about the exams, that still the education system is more exam oriented and not knowledge oriented or practical oriented, or a practical application is lacking. So okay, fine, I have done my engineering. Where is it? From where do I go, or where do I start to search a job? So even searching for a job, all these skills, or speaking, or interpersonal relationship, developing emotional quotient, social quotient, these are some of the most important things or categories which needs to be developed for an engineering student. One more thing which I would like to appreciate about the Indian education is that, as Swami Vivekananda had said, that you cannot teach a hungry child. So the positive part which the Indian government has mobilized is providing ICDS, nutritious meal, midday meal. Then they have improvised the student exchange program. They have imbibed technology in education. Then there is this very interesting thing which they have put in the internship program, where the child gets an opportunity to go on the site and learn the skills. I think these are some of the most appreciative things which the government has done, and with many more courses, like even the latest course which I heard is a course on selfie, how to take a selfie. So I think we have to be appreciative, and because of globalization and opportunities to go abroad or adopt those education system in India, I see a very bright future of Indian education system being developed in coming days.
Thank you, Pridarshini. You have given your mind, though I don't agree with you, because I am not Arnab Goswami, so I'll accept your views and let the viewers decide. Now, on this side, I have Ajay Prabhu. Yes, Ajay, what you have to say?
See, all of us know education is an important part of our life. But the stress through which now we have to go, the competition, the commercialization which has happened, that is hurting me. We want our child to become what we want him to become. Actually, that should be other way around. He should become what he wants to become. That is not happening. My objection is to that. Education has become now, I don't want to use word mafia, but it has become a mafia now. I will share my own experience. My son, I am going through that agony and the pain because my son has given 10th exam. And the classes which, I don't want to name the classes, but the classes which he used to go, that classes want him to enroll for CA exam, which is to be happen after 12th. And they want that entrance exam to be prepared from day 1 when he has given the exam of 10. So that should not happen. I think this is commercialization which has happened, and that should be stopped. Classes or education system wants to put a fear factor into the mind of people and encash that fear factor, which is also affecting me and everyone, I think. Unfortunately, the education institution which are run not by the